Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Stove Media. And I wasn't even going to make a video today. I didn't even really feel like it, but I was just sitting around all night. I'm like, you know what? I can't help myself. I have to talk about this team. Now, guys, before you get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So the Phillies drop another series to the Cleveland Guardians, 65-40 on the year. It's a time to push the panic button. Because when I talked against the Oakland Athletics, when I made that video against the Oakland Athletics, I said, it's not time to push the panic button. I still don't think it's time to push the panic button, okay? Because I see people on social media saying that they're comparing this to the 10-1 Eagles season. First of all, two totally different sports, number one. I'm not even going to mention the fact that, like, half of those Eagles wins were, like, the most, like, lucky wins ever. Like, especially the one against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that's a whole nother thing. I'm not even going to get into that. But, I mean, two totally different sports. I mean, this is a very talented roster, okay? This is a very, very talented roster, and we're just going through it right now. We're really going through it right now, and nobody has been more negative about this team than me, as some have said before. But, we're just going through it right now. We just lost Ranger Suarez. I mean, maybe that explains his digression in performance, the fact that he just got placed on a 10-day IL, maybe. So maybe that's, like, almost like a good thing in a way. Obviously, it's not good that we just lost him, but, maybe that just shows that, hey, that's why clearly he wasn't putting up the numbers that he was from like April to early June. So we lose him, and that's definitely not going to be good. We have no timeline on Tyler Walker at all. But going back to the series, I was at the game on Friday night, and it just, Bryson Stott rips the ball to right field. A Monmouth just destroys it to right field and made it a 3-1 ball game. That was it. We didn't do anything else. This absolutely silent, and then we come out Saturday night. I mean, 8-0. I mean, Trevor Phillips. I mean, he's the man. He is the man. I mean, just what he's doing is incredible. And Major League Baseball hasn't even really talked about it all that much. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, a complete game shutout against the best team in the American League. And Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and Brandon Marsh all go yard in this one. They all go yard. Just an amazing defeat. I mean, the long ball was lively. And then we come out today, Kyle Schwarber, his 9th leadoff home run of the season. Just incredible what this guy has done, out of the leadoff spot. I mean, the amount of leadoff home runs that he's had this year, incredible. And even in his career in general. And if people think he shouldn't be leading off, I think is ridiculous. I think, I could see, the point how he's not like the leadoff hitter kind of thing, but the guy who he's an on-base machine most of the time. And it's great to have like that spot at the top of the lineup that that can go yard at any time. It's always it's nice to have that luxury. And then he goes deep again on the Kyle Schwarber giveaway. What was it? They give him like a towel or something on his giveaway day. He hits a home run to right field once again. A nice line drive, make it 3-0. So we're up 3-0. And I just can't believe how sloppy we are in the field. I mean, Trey Turner. With that, I forget who hit it, but it was a tough play, a sharp ground ball to short, and Turner can't. I mean, that's a play a professional probably should make. And now he dove for it, and people are gonna say, people are gonna say both things. Say, oh, that's a tough. It was a tough play. That's a fact. It was a tough play. He should have made it. He shouldn't have made it. Whatever. But I mean, it's a play that he probably should have made, and he's been very sloppy since coming over to the Phillies defensively. It's a fact. It's a fact. He had a horrible year last year defensively. It's been better this year. This year it's been better, but it still hasn't been great to say the least. And then we allowed that 3-run home run. It's just absolute bomb. And that just kind of set the tone right there. I mean, I believe there was another check swing that inning or something. I forget exactly what happened. It was a missed call on a check swing. So that also played a part in it too. This umpiring this year has been absolutely horrible. We saw it on Friday night in the 3-1 loss. Absolutely terrible. Kevin Long got thrown out. But I mean, horrible umpiring. We've seen it all year long. It's not anything new. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't have a lot of time here. So I got to talk about the important stuff. And then Quan later in the ballgame, pimping himself around the bases, hitting a run off of Jose Bloverado. I mean, this guy is a disgrace. I mean, I don't know why we keep giving him so many opportunities. I was less than happy when we traded for him back in the 2020 offseason, the 2020-2021 offseason. I don't know why he's been here this long. I mean, I understand he's had a couple of good years. He had a good year last year. But I've never been a fan of the guy. That's not been a secret. I have not been a fan of him since day one. He is too erratic. And I don't care he could throw in the high 90s. I don't care. He's too erratic. He can't be trusted. And the Estevez trade with the Angels. I mean, that's a very, very good trade. I was very happy with that. And now you basically have two closers. And from my understanding, it looks like Jeff Hoffman's going to be like the eighth inning guy, and now Estevez is going to be the actual closer. So that was a good trade by Dave Dombrowski. I was very happy with that trade. Don't be done, please. And also the Austin Hayes as well. Sandy Dominguez is gone. What's his name? I can't remember his name. It will come back to me. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? It will come back to me. Also gone as well to the Baltimore Orioles. But Austin Hayes, I mean, pretty good pickup. Him and Brandon Marsh. I definitely think that's going to be. I think that's going to be a nice little duo out there in left field. So I think that was a pretty smart, especially if he could put up the numbers he put up last year and the year before. I think that'd be great. But I just, this is frustrating because you know what, I said this too. I also heard a couple of people say it on X. Like this is very concerning to me. It's very concerning to me, and I understand that we went off last night and we saw the long ball. But other than that home run last night, what has Bryce Harper really done? And he has not been that same player since the ground ball to second base against the Miami Marlins. He has not been the same player. And I don't care what anybody says, and I understand that, hey, it's rough. You know what I mean? Like, players go through ups and downs, but he hasn't been the same player. And I think that he was on track to win the MVP, and Shohei Ohtani has just unfortunately gone so far ahead. Even though he's just a DH, he's gone so far ahead. And I mean, other than a couple, bloops and some couple blasts, I mean, it hasn't really been a whole lot. He hit a home run in Minnesota. He hit a home run yesterday, but he hasn't looked good. He really hasn't looked that good. Trey Turner is ice cold right now. He's like hitting pop-ups like every at bat. And really the only guy, I mean, Nick Castellanos, I don't think people, I mean, incredible. The past, month and a half or so, incredible. The numbers he's put up, he's been great. I understand he wasn't great today, but he's really been great overall. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, you could see he's starting to get hot. But what concerns me is how stone cold this offense can get. And about how they haven't really shown a lot of fight. And you go back to the London series, blowing that game. That should have been a sweep right there. That should have been a sweep right there against the New York Mets. And ever since then, things just haven't been the same. And you know what? I'm going to put something in perspective for you. Y'all. If you would have won today, you allowed 4 unanswered runs against you. If you would have won today, if you would have won that final game in Minnesota when you were up 4-1, and if Brandon Marsh would have called a routine fly ball out in left center, I understand maybe it's debatable if it was routine or not, since he had to run a country mile to go get it, but he was there. That's the point. He was there to catch the baseball, and he didn't catch the baseball. And then the first game back from the All-Star break, you lose. You blow an 8-0 lead. You blow two 3-run leads, and you lose 8-7 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you win that game, you win the series. If you win that game in Minnesota, the final game, the 4-1 blown game, you win that series. And if you would have won today, when you had a 3-0 lead, then you would have won this series. So just to put something in perspective for you, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it hurts. It hurts. It really hurts. And we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. We wouldn't. We'd be flying high. You just have to win series. That's it. And we're just going through a tough time right now. And people should not be giving up on this team. I don't want to hear that. This is ridiculous. We're still 25 games above 500, so I don't even want to hear that. This is the trade deadline. We haven't even done that much. We just acquired one of the best closers in baseball. It's putting up some of the greatest numbers this year. So that was a really good pickup once again by Dombrowski. I'm very pleased with that. And Austin Hayes pickup. Now, I think we probably overpaid, but I mean, whatever. I mean, Sandy Dominguez, he had to go. Okay, I appreciate his service. He's been around for a while. I mean, 2018. Yeah, so I mean, that was even before I even started doing this. So a lot of memories of watching Sandy Dominguez in a Phillies uniform, talking about him on here. So I appreciate his service to the Phillies organization, but it was time to move on. I mean, he was not having the year that he would have hoped or we would have hoped as well. But the Yankee series, I mean, this is a team that's struggling. This is a team that is really struggling. And I think you have something to prove here. I mean, hopefully they don't beat up on us. But this is a team that also, kind of like the Phillies, struggling. I think they're even worse than we are, honestly, when it comes to the struggles. But this is going to be an interesting series, 6:40 tomorrow night. But just going back to this Guardian series, you had something to prove here. And that's the thing that kind of annoys me. Like, best record in the American League coming in here against us, and we couldn't get the job done. And we embarrassed them last night. That was amazing. That was such a feel-good win. I thought the momentum would carry into today, and it did at first. We were up 3-0. I thought we were going to win. And it just ice cold. This is like nothing. Like, and someone else made this point too on X, and I've been seeing it too. Like, where's the clutch inning? Like, we saw that beginning of this year, like in the spring, like from like April to June. Where's the clutch inning? Where's the 2-out big hits? The big 2-out hits. Where's the 2-out rallies? Why? I mean, this team has always struggled with running scoring position. That's not a secret, but it's been worse lately. It got better there for a while, and now we can't get that big hit. We leave so many runners on base. It is so frustrating, and we look very tense. We look like that team, and I put it on my Instagram story today because it was so true. We look like that team against the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's what we look like. We look like a team that is not confident, that doesn't, they're scared. They're playing scared. I don't know what it is. I understand cold streaks are going to happen, but this whole offense goes cold all at once. And that's not entirely true. I probably shouldn't say that because you clearly see that Schwarber's heating up. I mean, 3 home runs in the past 2 days. Nick Castellanos has been very consistent over the past month and a half. But when I mean Trey Turner, I mean Bryce Harper, I mean Alec Bohm. Like these guys who went to Arlington to represent this team. The big boys. The guys are getting, Turner and Harper, the guys are really getting the bread on this team, am I right? I mean, with these big, massive contracts. So that's the thing that's concerning to me, how we seemingly go all cold at the same time. And this was even a bigger deal in the National League Championship Series last year. And I'm not going to lie, it scares me. It definitely scares me, and it definitely is a reason for concern. But again, it's not entirely true because you see Schwarber's heating up. It wasn't enough. I mean, he can only do so much, for crying out loud. I mean, you have other guys around you to have to step up, and they didn't. And that's just the moral of the story. So I'm frustrated. Again, the starting pitching, not the issue. Definitely not the issue. I'm not happy we lost Ranger, but it's not the issue. We had seemingly no timeline on Tyler Walker coming back, which no surprise. But starting pitching doesn't really concern me. Even the bullpen really doesn't concern me. But stop putting this guy in these situations. Please, enough. He should be packaged in a trade. I'm sick of this guy. I mean, I don't know why he's stuck around this long. He's a head case. He doesn't have the temperament to pitch in a tough situation. He doesn't. And today, if you want to even call that a tough situation, a 3-3 game, oh boy, how tough is that? I mean, give me a break. It's just, this guy is a choke artist, okay? I hate to say it. It's not easy to be a professional baseball player, but I just don't know why he's been around this long. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, he should be packaged in a deal somewhere, in the trade deadline. I don't know who would even want him. I just don't get it. I mean, you just need to get rid of this guy. And I wasn't even going to make a video because, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be a downer, but this is another series that you should have won, and you're not going to win every series, but this is frustrating. This has been a frustrating time, and good teams go through bad times, but I couldn't help myself. I was about to go to bed. I'm like, you know what? I have to make a quick video. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media at Phillies Hot Stove Media Instagram. And also the Braves are struggling too. That's another thing. The Braves have the Mets are on a tear. I'm not convinced that they're not going to keep this up, but at least I don't think. But the Braves are really struggling right now. I know Sports Live, the ATL, is definitely having a tough time with this. So this is the time where you could have run away with the division, though, man. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the time where you take the bull by the horns and you run away, and that's not what you're doing. So beat the Yankees, just please. I mean, get out of this. At least please just win a series. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you guys. Thank you.